3 true summertime horror street ories. The smoke curled above the fire as we sat in a circle, roasting marshmallows like every other summer trip. But that night, the air smelled wrong like burnt hair and something rotten hiding just beyond the trees. I remember thinking this forest was too quiet for a place full of teenagers. My name's Lila. I just graduated high school and joined my 2 best friends, Caleb and Tessa, for a weekend in Black Hollow, old campground near the Oregon woods. Also with us was Morgan, a quiet girl with bright red nails and a camera always hanging from her neck. That night, she was filming everything. We heard a crack, not from the fire, from deeper inside the dark. Caleb stood, squinting toward the tree line. That's when we saw him just for a second standing, unnaturally still between 2 trees. Pale white skin, black rings under the eyes like bruises. His mouth was open, not screaming, just wide, like something inside him had snapped. We thought it was some prank, but when Morgan checked her footage, he wasn't there, just blank forest. No man, no shadow, but we all saw him. At midnight, someone knocked on our tent walls from outside. Slow, methodical knocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, Caleb yelled, thinking it was a sick joke. But when he unzipped the tent flap, there was no one, just fog, thick like milk, and footprints leading toward the lake. We followed them. Why? I don't even know. Maybe curiosity. Maybe we were already under his spell. Near the dock, Morgan dropped her camera. It clattered and landed facing the trees. On the screen, frozen in night vision, we saw the man, one arm raised, his orange hair wild. He was smiling now, and behind him, something else was moving. I swear we never meant to disturb anything, but something followed us back. We left Black Hollow before dawn, but sometimes, when it's quiet, I still hear the knock. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I know, deep down, that wasn't our last night with him. It had been 3 weeks since Black Hollow. We didn't talk about it, not seriously. We messaged like nothing had happened, but each of us knew something was wrong. Tessa started wearing a small crucifix necklace she never took off. Caleb, who used to post dumb jokes every day, went quiet online, and I hadn't slept through a night since. Then Morgan sent the video. She said it popped back onto her memory card, like it was never gone. But this version was longer. You could hear a voice, not ours. A slow, wet whisper, saying one word over and over. Remember. We met again, not because we wanted to, but because we had to. Morgan was staying with her cousin in Redding, California. That's where we drove, Tessa, and Caleb saying it was just to check on her. But in the back of our minds, we all knew the truth. Something followed us out of those woods. Morgan didn't look like herself. Her nails were chipped, her eyes were sunken. She'd stopped filming. The camera sat in the corner of her room, duct taped shut. She said she'd been waking up with dirt under her fingernails. Her feet were muddy. She'd lock her door at night, but it would always be open in the morning. She didn't know where she'd gone. That night, we stayed over. Safety in numbers. We tried to sleep, but the house was too still. At 2:11 a.m., we heard a sound from the backyard. Not knocking. This time, it was breathing, heavy, just outside the glass door. Caleb peeked through the curtain. He didn't say a word, just backed away, pale as death. I looked too. He was there again. Same man, same dead eyes, but closer this time, face pressed against the glass. His mouth wasn't open anymore. He was chewing. We locked every door, every window. Saturday with our backs against the wall. Caleb whispered something none of us wanted to hear. He said he remembered him from before. Not just Black Hollow, from a dream he had when he was 12. That same face, that same orange hair, a hand reaching for him from under his bed. Morgan's voice trembled when she said, "What if he's always been there?" Then Tessa found the marks. On her shoulder, 3 long smudges, like ash. They weren't scratches, more like fingerprints, left by something that burned and never cooled. They pulsed faintly, and she said they itched under her skin. Around 4 a.m., the breathing stopped. Morning came slow, like the world didn't want to wake up. We thought it was over, until we found the footprints again, in the carpet, leading from the back door, through the hallway, right to the edge of Morgan's bed. Only hers. We left California by noon, tried to put distance between us and whatever that was, but it didn't help. Each of us started getting signs, little things. Caleb saw fog on his mirror, even when the water was cold. Tessa's cross burned her skin one night. I started hearing that knock again, even in my apartment back in Portland. 1 2, 1 2 3. We did research, not the kind of stuff you find on news sites, forums, lost blogs, threads, buried beneath years of digital dust. We found a name, the Hollow Man, sometimes called the Smiling, a figure in burned folklore, never documented officially, just whispered about in regional legends from Oregon to Northern California. Always a watcher, never a killer at first. Always appearing to groups, always leaving one untouched as a witness. That's what I am, the one who remembers. So we went back, not to Black Hollow, but close. There's a place called Drift Creek Bridge, an old covered bridge not far from the original campground. That's where the map said he was first seen. Back in 1912, we brought salt, flashlights, a journal of everything we'd seen. Morgan wore a body cam. We didn't talk much on the way, just stared at the trees blurring past the car. The bridge was cold, colder than the air around it. The floor creaked, like something below was shifting. We left the offerings at the center of the span, said his name, 3 times. The wind stopped, the silence came back. Then came the whisper again. Remember. The lights went out, and the smell returned. Burnt hair, wet dirt, something rotting but breathing. Caleb held my hand, and I could feel it shaking. Then the beam from Morgan's camera caught something in the rafters. A hand, then a face, his, but not just one. Dozens of them. Dozens of faces, pale and open-mouthed, fused into the ceiling like wallpaper made of skin, all watching, all smiling. Tessa screamed, and the bridge groaned. He dropped from above, but not on us. He landed in front of Morgan. His arm rose again. We ran. We didn't wait to see what happened. Morgan hasn't answered since that night. Her phone rings, but no voicemail. Her cousin says she never came back. But sometimes, when I watch the footage, frame by frame, there's a moment where you see her face, just before the feed cuts out. She's not scared. She's smiling. We thought we ended it, but I think Morgan's still out there. We didn't go back to our old lives. Not really. We pretended, smiled at work, answered texts, posted pictures, but everything felt thinner now. Like we were walking on a surface that could break at any moment. It had been 6 days since Drift Creek. 6 days since Morgan vanished. Tessa refused to sleep alone. Caleb started keeping the lights on all night, and I started filming everything. I don't know why. Maybe to prove something. Maybe because part of me was afraid I'd disappear too, and wanted to leave a record behind. Then the package arrived. No return address. Just a plain cardboard box left outside my door. Inside was Morgan's camera, still warm, as if it had just been used. The memory card was already inside. I waited until nightfall to watch it. The video started in total darkness, then faint breathing, a flicker of movement. Slowly, the frame lit up just enough to see Morgan's face. She was sitting in a room I didn't recognize. Her smile was soft, wrong. She leaned close to the lens and whispered, "He showed me." Then the screen went white. After that, things got worse. Mirrors stopped reflecting the room right. Tessa swore she saw someone else's hand moving beside hers when she brushed her hair. Caleb started hearing his own voice, whispering things he didn't remember saying. I stopped filming. That's when the phone rang. It was Morgan's number. Just static. Then the sound of a breath. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then her voice. "You left me." We traced the call. It came from Crescent City, California, a coastal town hours south. We shouldn't have gone. But by then, it didn't feel like a choice. We found the house near the cliffs, empty. The furniture was covered in sheets, dust thick in the corners. But something was wrong with the floor. The boards near the fireplace were stained black, like old fire damage, or something older. In the back room, we found drawings, dozens, all of the same man, orange hair, pale skin, a hand always raised, sometimes in greeting, sometimes reaching, and in every sketch, there was another figure beside him. A girl. Morgan. Tessa screamed when she found the mirror. It wasn't glass. It was flesh. A surface that looked like a face frozen mid-scream. But when I looked directly at it, I didn't see my own reflection. I saw a hallway. A dark hallway. And Morgan, walking away. We backed out fast. Didn't speak until we were in the car again. Caleb turned to me, pale and shaking. He said we never left. That's the part that scares me most. Maybe Drift Creek wasn't the beginning or the end. Maybe it's still happening. And the further we go, the more I wonder if we ever got away at all. Because every time I close my eyes now, I see her watching me, smiling. And just behind her, he raises his hand again,